There, that might be better because no one was on before. I didn't see anybody. I did not see anybody. Hello, everyone. Hello, Jonathan. Okay. Because is it working? Is he coming on? It's working.
Hi.
Okay, I found something to wear.
Oh my
How
God.
are
Good
you?
morning.
Can
I'm
you hear
good. How
me
are you?
okay?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, because what happened was the AC's on, so I have my little earphones on. Good morning, because it's
Good
8:30 in the
morning.
morning in Bali. What is it like in Bali today?
It was a little cloudy on my motorcycle slash bike ride here to this Kopi that I'm in. I like to come to this particular cafe because it's just more like artsy. Reminds me of like the mat, some for my lives, some of my content. It almost rained slash hujan, but it didn't. I'm nice and dry and ready.
What are you drinking? That
What's New
looks so
York
yummy.
like? What's my
New
hometown like right
New
now?
York is hot and muggy. It rained a little bit. I think it's raining now. It's been really nice here.
I love that.
Um, yeah,
I
it's been
miss
really
it.
nice. Where were you? Where are you from here in New York? Like, give everybody a little backstory about where you're from and how you got your gift.
Oh yeah. So I grew up in Little Italy in the Bronx. I was born in Jacobi
Did you
Hospital.
go to Author? Have you? See, I love Author Avenue. I love Full Moon Pizza. I think it's the best pizza. Period.
I don't remember all of that. I know I can tell you. My mother used to buy pastries at Egidio's
Okay.
bakery. I remember that much. Yeah. And then how I got my gift. Like I remember just being little. We lived in Coney Island in Brooklyn for a little bit, and I remember like somehow my mom had like tarot cards but like she kept them hidden, like wrapped up in a cloth, like they used to.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, she kept them hidden in the closet, and I don't know where I was, but I knew that she read for her friends. And then when we moved back to the Bronx, they kind of like I don't know, maybe she stopped reading for them, but so I knew she read for her friends. So I kind of knew that I always would. And then what was the second part? Oh, in Brooklyn, especially, she heard a lot, right? Which is clear audience. And I would always hear her on the phone telling her friends and my like aunts, "Oh, I hear them," and she was speaking about spirit,
Wow.
and no one believed her. And now, so many years later, like I know that there's a name and a word for all these things.
That's awesome. So how do you think
Yeah.
your gift, do you think your gift just transferred into you? Like, how do you think that that happens? Like, so when did you realize you had this gift?
Uh, I, I mean, so what my older cousin says, my mom's like my second cousin, what she says is that, especially back in Coney Island, right, circa '94 or something, I would be painting my mom's nails. I was, I don't know, maybe six or something, and literally telling her messages, telling her downloads. Excuse me, I'm at a cafe. I would be
That's okay.
telling her downloads while painting her nails. So I kind of always knew that the gift was there, you know? Um, I just didn't know that there was like a name or a word for it yet.
Oops, wait, hold on. I'm trying to send this to people. So I don't know what's happening with my lives. Um, like we have two followers, which doesn't make any sense. Where I used to have like 50 or 60, so I'm not worried about it. Um,
All the right amount of people will watch.
yeah, I'm not worried about it. I am excited after this live to ask you what, because you said something that Spirit said something about me, but you can't say it on the live. So I'm curious to what all that is. I'm a little excited about that. Hopefully, like it's me winning the lottery or finding like the perfect man or something.
All the right numbers. Also,
Um,
thank you for covering your head. I know I didn't get to tell you sooner, but basically, I believe that you're protecting your crown chakra, right?
uh-huh.
So because you're interviewing me and we're going to be connected, and I just did like a prepare before we spoke. That's why, because I don't want you to be overwhelmed. Because if you would be drawn to me where we met, then it's for a reason. But that also means that you're open too. You
Right.
know, and I know that the last time we spoke, I did feel some spirits behind you. So by
Yeah.
covering your head, it's like a filter so that you don't get as affected
Well, and
by
maybe that will
spirits.
help because, like, a lot of times when I do these lives, like, I yawn because I know energy's coming in, and like, I try and like protect myself. And then, like, after we got off the phone that day, I saged the shit out of this apartment. And
Did you?
hopefully, yeah. And like earlier today, I tell you, earlier today when I came home, something touched my back, and I turned around. And I said, "No, you fucking dare get the fuck out of my apartment!" So I had to redo all my shit because there is spirits here because somebody passed away upstairs, and
Okay.
they have never ever rented out that apartment. And that person, I think, has happened like 7 or 8 years ago. So that apartment upstairs above me, I think it's above me, but over there has been vacant.
Empty.
Yeah. And so I'm very like, and the girl who lived here before me was like, I guess, batshit crazy, like drugs. I'm like, fuck. So I knew already walking in here, like, I knew this when I moved in here, the energy and everything was great and open, but I did like sage and stuff. And I remember a lot of the furniture here is not mine. Like, I found it on the street and saged it and sanitized. So a couple of friends of mine were like, well, you're probably bringing in things. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
So, like I told you, did I tell you the mirror story? I told you the mirror story.
What is it?
I told you the mirror story, right?
I forget. Can you remind me?
So I was doing a live with, I think, was it with Naomi, and there was a mirror at one point on this wall, and two of the two of the mediums were like, um, "Do you see it? Do you see it?" And so there was someone in the mirror. So I don't know if that spirit is the same spirit that you saw, but like whatever the spirit is, it needs to get the fuck out of my apartment.
Oh, I can tell you because I don't need to be there, right? Being a medium. Um, Whatever this spirit is, it's kind of lingering, and that's why I'm really excited for this podcast today because many times people think spirit's so scary, right? So both the spirit in your space and then the spirit upstairs, people may have not lit candles and or prayed or chanted or what have you after they pass. So they're
Right,
more just lingering. They don't necessarily mean harm. That's just a lot of Hollywood putting that on them and
right.
like misinterpreting it. So like you just have to speak to them firmly and wish them well or like light a candle so that they know to move forward, but they don't actually mean anything.
Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah, yeah. Does
Okay,
that make
I'm
sense?
really jealous about that latte that you're drinking. Like, that looks so good.
Yeah, it's a little ice mocha. But
Okay.
go ahead.
No, go on, go on.
No, no, I was gonna say being Puerto Rican Italian, my first cup of coffee has to be hot. So I always have a little espresso
Oh,
and then the
really?
coffee. Yeah,
So,
I can't.
see, it's weird because now that I'm getting older, I want cold coffee. Like, I don't want the hot coffee like I used to.
Really?
Yeah, it's really strange. Like, I'll make coffee at night and I'll keep it in the refrigerator and then I'll take it to work in the morning.
Oh no, you gotta do an espresso. Or maybe it's the Italian in me. You have to do one espresso at least and then a cold coffee. It's just not the same.
Okay, I'll try it tomorrow. I'll go get an espresso and then I'll have my coffee. You know.
Okay.
All right, so we have lots to discuss besides finding out about your gifts and all some questions, but we're in a new moon of Aries, and all I keep hearing about is how fabulous this new moon is. And there's also Mercury is now, is it Mercury and Neptune? Something else is really huge that hasn't been around in 160 years. So if you can kind of touch on those and explain to us why these moments are so
So
important.
honestly, I'm not great at natal charts, right?
Okay.
But I did do a pre-poll. I'm contemplating moving outside. It's loud now in this cafe. But anyway, I did a pre-poll and I have 10 of Wands, the Strength card, 10 of Swords. Half the cards are fire and half are air. And basically, and this is before I knew that all those planets are in Aries. Uh, but they're just, I think between the planets being, those 7 planets being in Aries, including the sun and the new moon, and then the cards coming out, I just want to say that Spirit is very active and very aware right now.
Okay.
And they're acknowledging that we're like an insurgence, right? Like there's more mediums, there's more tarot readers out there. So everything is like on fire and moving forward. And I'm going to go into why that's important as we move on too.
Okay.
I'm not the natal chart thing, like just the math just blows my mind.
I know. It's
Like
a lot.
I have a friend, she's so good at it. Oh, this planet is across from that planet. It just breaks my head.
I know. I would love to learn more. I'm trying to get more. I mean, we talked. I'm trying to get more in tune. Like, I'm doing readings for 3 people this weekend. And then my friend April, who's also a medium, is I'm going to read her, but she's also going to help me with those readings to make sure I got them right and see what she gets. Because I got a set of cards. I don't really love them. But the way I do readings is probably completely different than the way you do readings. Because for me, I'm just starting to learn with my gifts, my intuitiveness. So like, I hear spirit, but not like the way you hear spirit.
Which could be a curse and a blessing. Okay, I've got it. I've trained them.
So let's talk about that. So how do you connect with spirit, and how do they connect with you? How do you have the relationship so you can give a good reading? And then who are you talking to? Are you talking to your guides, or are you talking to like my guides, let's say?
Yeah, I love that question. So, being a medium, I believe that I'm always half between the physical and the spiritual realm, right? So, I'm kind of connected by default. But I also keep an altar at home or even when I'm traveling. It could just be some statues, a picture of my mother. I give them coffee, money, etc. And then, let's say in a reading, and especially in a channeling, I'm going to pray first, connect a few in your guides, hit up protection, and then my guides are present and their guides slash ancestors. And so let's say it's just a tarot oracle reading. Some of the cards, like my guides are telling me, but your guides are confirming what you need to hear.
Got it. Very interesting. Have
Yeah.
you have you ever given a reading and something came through and you're like, okay, I'm not telling this person this?
No, I would say that the first couple of years where I started doing paid readings, it's not that I didn't want to say anything, it's finding the right verbiage to relay the message.
Right.
So, and I've been told that I have a really great way of, it could be the death card or the tower. I'm going to break it down the way that I read and interpret the cards so that it's not scary and it takes away that, like, oh my God, it's that card. No, no, no. Like, because again, I'm reading the image, I'm using my multiple clears so that it makes the reading or just the spiritual space more approachable.
What is something like when you're giving a reading? I should probably also ask you how you prepare for a reading, but what is something when you're giving a reading that you always hope spirit will say? Do you have something like you're always hoping, like, how you're connecting with them? Is there something that you're always hoping they will say
You
or
know,
talk about?
I think my desire is always that someone's ancestor comes through. You know, like I do it differently. Like I do tarot, and then I channel ancestors on purpose. But lately, the more higher I vibrate, I just always want someone's ancestors to come through. Um, again, I want to go more into that too, but because the tarot oracle is fine, but really my true dharma is connecting people with their ancestors.
So how
And
do you do that? Take us along your journey. Like, take us on like an example of how you do that and how you connect with ancestors and how
sure,
you know
yeah,
you're connecting to the right person.
right. So that's a great question. So when I'll connect a few. I pray to to Lord Mortigan, to Archangel Michael. I'll pray and connect with you. And then I specifically ask, because I grew up Catholic, but now later in life, I'm more Hindu leaning / polytheistic. So I'll say, please, Barbara, come from where you are to join us. And then using my clear audience, which means I hear, or my clairvoyance, which means I see, they'll either talk or give me imagery to confirm that they're present. And again, it never makes sense to me what I'm seeing or hearing,
Right.
but then I ask the client, and I'm like, okay, I'm seeing this, I'm hearing this. Does this make sense? And they're like, yes, oh my God. I'm like, okay, cool, let's go from there.
That's awesome. So yeah, because for me, like I kind of hear things, but I feel things, and like I just kind of know things. Like I
Yeah.
know if someone's having an affair with someone. Like I just like if I read a picture, like I know if something's off. Like I saw two pictures last weekend, and I sent them to my friend Rebecca and my friend April, and I told them because they're both mediums, and I sent them and said this is what I feel, and they both kind of agreed with me, but one was like, yeah, no, I don't feel that at all. But I was like looking at these pictures, like, what is this? I feel like this is like something that's being forced and something that's, and so that's how I'm learning. Like, do you do pictures too like that? Can you read a picture?
So I do many things, right? So as a medium, whether it's cards or rods or crystal balls, everything is just a conduit. So now let's say we were in person and you gave me a picture, even remotely, I can scan it. That's called psychometry. When you scan it and I like wave my hand over it and I can tell if the energy is positive or not.
Right. That's
Yeah.
just like, okay, so you talk a lot about crystal balls and spells, and I want you to go into all of that because I think that's so fascinating. Because to me, I never really believed, and I still don't really believe in the crystal ball thing because I don't really understand. Like, I mean, I've had so many mediums and psychics say you're going to get married, you're going to have kids. Well, at my age now, I'm probably not having kids. Yes, it's still possible. There's literally probably a year, maybe 2 years, but that's it.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah,
marriage
squeeze
could
out what
still
you can from those 2 years.
marriage could happen, but I'm so single. Like I do like someone, I have a crush on someone else. I mean, who knows? Um, but whatever. I like how I said that I like someone, but I have a crush on someone. I mean, whatever.
Options.
Options. Um, but like, it's like, do you ever have people that come back to you and say this didn't happen? Because I get a lot of people that say I'm tired of mediums and psychics who say all this stuff and then nothing happens.
Yeah, so it's not that the thing is not happening, it's that we're picking up on the present energy, right? Whether it be through the crystal ball or the cards, we're picking up on the present energy, but free will is still a thing. But, I don't think I would keep doing this if I had people coming back and be like, oh my God, you're so wrong.
Right.
So I keep doing it. But
What do
yeah,
you
it's, go ahead, tell me.
Sorry, go finish.
No, I was just saying, but again, I always emphasize to people just that I'm pulling on present energy and things can still change. But yeah,
What do you see in a crystal ball? Did you bring your crystal ball or no?
I did not bring a crystal ball. I have moved a lot the past several years between Alaska, Hawaii, now Bali, New York. Um, so how the crystal ball works is you're staring at it and you're allowing the downloads to come. And then it's so a good example is now I read coffee cups, and I have this gift through my Italian grandmother. So my mother read cards, and then my Italian grandmother read coffee cups. So basically, I would stare into the cup and then like swirl it and read what I see. And it's the same thing with the crystal ball. It's just that as you're focusing, that's when the downloads come. And I think if more people explain that about coffee reading or tea reading or crystal balls, there would probably be more people doing that. But it's like the explanation is not always there.
Got it. You guys, if you have questions for Jonathan, you can put them in there. If you have like a yes or no question, we're going to do that a little later. But if you have any spiritual questions that you want answered, or have questions for him, or even questions for me, feel free to put them in the chat. Goodness. Here, this is a question that I need to start asking more people, because you're dealing with so much energy in these readings. So how do you decompress after a reading and kind of get back to yourself?
Yeah, so I cleanse the cards, I cleanse myself. So smudging is always great. But because I'm operating at a different level now and channeling and everything that much more, one thing that I can do is like I'll roll a huevo slash egg over my body, and I ask spirit to take any ill energies and to place them in the egg. I
Oh my
go in the
God.
middle of the night and I throw it behind me in the four corners. I also do a spiritual bath. Another great thing that I've been doing recently is cilantro, and I take that and I wipe it all over myself,
What
and
does
then I'll
that
burn it.
do?
So it's herb magic, right? Because herb magic is that much stronger than it's similar to the smudging, but it's that much more tangible and physical. So the herb magic, I'm taking the cilantro, and just like the egg, the energies are
I
going
do
into
the
that.
egg. I do the egg.
You do the egg, yeah, yeah.
Girl Make the Move is asking, how can I strengthen my communication with my ancestors?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you can strengthen your communication with your ancestors, A, by telling them that, you're open to hearing that communication, but also B, if she has an altar, to feed it, whether it be water, coffee, a glass of wine, because again, you're closing that gap. And you're by feeding them, you're giving them strength. And then she can also be able to hear them that much more.
Okay, can you explain the altar and what people should have? Because I don't really have an altar. Like I have some stones there and I have some things there, but I don't really have like my own little like area altar where like I can like really meditate, and like I just meditate on my bed. But like it would be nice. But can you kind of explain like how people, what all needs to be in an altar, and how you kind of start one then, and where it should be placed in your home?
Yeah, so it should be placed just off to the side, somewhere clean. Sorry, it's getting really crowded in this
It's okay.
coffee slash
We can
cafe.
wrap it up. If it gets too crazy, we can always wrap
No,
it
no,
up
no.
and
I
do.
can just
Okay.
speak
Okay.
loud.
Okay.
I am from the Bronx. No, so you should have the elements, correct? You should have a candle burning, because a candle is typically in a reading, unless I can't, I have a candle burning, because the flame represents that gap, that space between the physical and the spiritual. You want to have ideally a glass of clean water, right? Spring water. Uh, what else? Trying to think. Money. You want to have money because that's abundance and it's also weight.
So that's what you feed them, because she's asking, can you give me examples of what you feed them? So you have like your altar with like
Yes.
candles, and you have like a
Well,
cup
that's just
that.
what you have there. What you
Okay.
feed them is, let's say my mom liked rice and beans and I'm having rice and beans for dinner. I'm going to give her a little plate. Or my mother loved like Starbucks vanilla lattes. I'm going to put a vanilla latte.
And then
You
what do
want
you
to
do
leave,
with the latte? How long do you leave it on the altar, or you just have it there? How
yeah,
long do
you
you
want to
leave?
leave it at least overnight, like a
Oh,
good
okay.
day. You know,
Okay.
be cautious if you are in Bali. Maybe you don't want to get ants.
Okay.
uh, but yes, ideally you leave it overnight. Now, if your uncle is in spirit and he likes brandy, then put a glass of brandy.
Got it.
But that's what you're feeding them. You're feeding them whatever they liked when they were in the physical.
Interesting. See, I don't have, Aphrodite, I'm kind of like over her. Like, I don't mean to be rude like that, but she's not, I don't think we're bonding. Like I had a couple mediums tell me to have Aphrodite, and I had a little thing over here, but like I'm not feeling it. Like it's like I don't think this is my guide that I'm supposed to be with.
Yeah,
You're
and the
welcome.
spirit world is so vast and so deep that it's like, even for me, they only show you so much that you can handle, and they show me more and more as I elevate. But yeah, and maybe Aphrodite is not, you know. We all work with different deities. That's why I'm polytheistic. I think that there's just too many similar gods throughout the world for it to just be one god. I believe there's one entity, and then like different spirit guides and guardians and gods over different parts of the world.
Right. I agree. It's kind of, yeah. I mean, there's not there's got to be, like, we all have, I don't know. I mean, it's like the spaceship that just came back. Like, how you can think that we're the only people here? Like, we're the only people. We're not. Like, the universe is vast. Like, it's huge. I don't know if there's another planet like us.
Um, yeah, I don't know either.
So does Spirit talk about, like, what they see happening with, like, Earth? Like, do they talk about, like, what they see, like, coming up for us? Like,
um,
people have us, like, dead in 10 years.
yeah, so I wouldn't be able to speak on that, but I can say that spirit gets concerned and worried, and they step in as much as they can. And part of feeding the altar, or feeding our altars collectively, or meditating and acknowledging them, is giving them that strength, that permission to step in and help society, is what I can say. Because it, again, they're, if you see your lights flickering or something, that's not only, sure, it's freaking you out a little bit, but that's taxing to them. And a spirit wants to be acknowledged, and it's all like, hey, we're trying to get your attention, but they're also using energy on their end.
Yeah, like, I don't know what that thing was earlier today, but I was not happy. Like, why are you in here? Why are you getting my attention? I don't need you.
Well,
Um,
every New Yorker knows. I don't think you can live anywhere in New York without a little ghost or two in the building.
but there are some places in New York, like, I can't even go. Like, I feel energy so much, like, I can't even deal.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time in Puerto Rico last year,
Where?
and I remember Puerto Rico. Puerto
Oh, okay. I've
Rico.
never been there.
Oh, okay. Well, you
I've
should
never been
visit.
anywhere. I just got a passport, so
Oh,
I have lots of
well,
traveling to go to.
I've been many places. I would love for you to ask my advice. But
Oh, don't
so
worry.
I was walking by a cemetery, and I remember calling my cousin back up in the Bronx, and I go, "I'm not supposed to look that way, am I?" And she goes, "No, don't," because I started hearing voices. So like now later in life, I can't really go to hospitals. I can't be near a cemetery because it's like those spirits that didn't move on properly, if you will, are lingering. So it would be too much to me. So I couldn't even look that way, let alone go in.
Yeah, I feel that too when I go to certain places. Like 9/11, when I go down there, it's really hard for me to be down there. 9/11, when I go down to nine
Oh,
eleven to yeah, that's really hard for me to be down there.
yeah.
Um, Another question, what are some ways you call on your ancestors for to help you throughout your normal day of life? I think I
I think the same thing. Like, you know, if Grandma Susan was really good at one thing, you're going to acknowledge her, maybe give her whatever she liked at the altar, and then just ask her to be present throughout your day. If you still have something of hers that she owns, even better, and you can carry that with you throughout the day.
I'm not tired. This
Um,
is the energy.
that's okay. But yeah, like I have my mother's dog tag actually not with me back at the house, and I carry my mother's dog tag almost everywhere. But that's one way. And, we have so many angels and guardians and ancestors that it is good to be like, hey, I would like advice from a specific one today. Because otherwise, you'll just hear all of them and you're not really sure who's
Right.
speaking.
If people want to get more in tune with their gifts, what do you recommend for them? What do you tell them?
I mean, they could always start with a reading or something, but let's say they don't have the funds. I would go ahead. You could start scrying, so lighting a candle and sitting and doing your best to clear your mind and staring at the flame, right? Because being that key to the spirit world, like for myself, when I do it, I see people walking around in the flame, and yeah, so they can start doing that because it's just another form of scrying. Whether you're staring into a mirror, a glass of water, a black obsidian mirror. Um, those downloads are going to come through. So if they want to just start, it's meditating and scrying is one way that they can do that.
What do you love most about having this gift and this job?
I probably love that I basically get paid to be myself, and that I went from thinking I was crazy and hearing voices and seeing ghosts on the trains in New York growing up to now knowing that I'm not crazy and also getting paid to be told that I'm not crazy. It's like, it's really nice. I didn't know that this was going to happen.
It's kind of interesting because I hear that a lot from a lot of different mediums and psychics, and a lot of people got their gifts or started around COVID. Is when a lot of people got more in
Yes.
tune. Was that for you too?
Yeah, so a couple of years before COVID, again, Florida, Hawaii, I was moving around a lot after my mom passed. I was already tarot oracle reading, but more for my partner, myself, friends. And then, uh, what was it, early 2020? No, winter 2019, I had a reader. I started taking notes and I learned the cards that way. Then that next spring, I started giving like just little mini reads by donation. And then 2021, I got certified. So yeah, it was during COVID that I actually had the time to embrace it.
And where did you get certified at? Do people have to be certified?
They don't. I thought it was helpful to know the names of the different clears and all that. So I'm
Right.
certified through Hay House, the publishing company.
Whoa.
I did an online certification. It was like maybe a 500-hour training online.
My thing is falling.
It's all good. In Spanish, we would call it a panuelo.
A what?
A panuelo, like a head wrap.
I know because my neighbor was like, "Here, I have something for you." Because I don't have anything, but now there was a couple things that I saw on YouTube that actually kind of looked cool. If I got like a short one, it might be kind of cute with dresses or something.
Yeah, yeah. Like I have a friend who, goes to 12 step, and they also get a lot of readings from me. And they were saying, "Oh, I feel some kind of way, Jonathan." And I explained to them, "You're putting yourself in these meetings slash situations where people will tend to share heavier than not
Right?
stories, which
Yes.
is fine, good if that helps them." But I told her, I said, "Please, I encourage you. I encouraged her to cover her head during the meetings. Again, and ideally white or yellow, because what you're doing is it's washing your aura in that color, which is high vibing and just pure."
Right.
Um, and then she told me she felt a difference after wearing a hat to the meetings instead of letting all that come into her
It
field.
does. Like my ex, Mick. I mean, he passed away years ago, but he was in recovery, and so we used to always go to AA meetings. And I got to tell you, those meetings were intense.
It's
Like
really
that,
heavy.
it is.
Yeah,
It's very
I've been
heavy. It's
myself.
and
Yeah.
even like I work in news. Like this is like falling. I work in news, and so like it's even really stressful days. I come home a lot. I mean, it's not. I I come home a lot, and then I don't mind me. I'm trying to make. I don't know what happened. I guess I saw
You're
something.
fine.
Um, I come home a lot, and I take a salt bath or salt shower. But when you were talking about the eggs, I do the eggs. Sometimes when I really feel the energy, I'll take like 3 or 4 eggs and I'll do the whole thing. And then I'll crack it to see what the eggs look like in the jar. And then I'll flush it down the toilet.
Yeah, my good friend, who may he rest in power, he used to tell me about that. Like, oh, to crack it and or like let it float in the water. But for me, I think I just want the energy to move away. So I don't actually look at it. I just throw it behind me.
Wait,
Um,
so you throw the egg behind you, like do you then pick it up, or you throw it somewhere?
no, 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 no.
Where do you
No,
throw it?
no. I go in the street slash Jalan here in Bali, and I just throw it behind me in the street. It should be in four corners because basically whatever negative, it can go in any direction, but you don't look back. Um, so that's why I do that. But sometimes the cilantro can be easier and it's more physical, you know. And then some simpler things you can do is just
I'm
don't wear
gonna
your
try the
street clothes.
cilantro.
You smell good too.
Don't
A
wear.
simpler thing you can do is don't wear your street clothes in the house.
No,
You know,
they come
change
off.
when
They
you
go in
get
the laundry.
home.
Yep, I take a shower as
Yes.
soon as I get home.
Don't wear them in the bed. Don't wear them in the house.
No, never. I
Don't
don't
wear
wear
your shoes
shoes.
in the house. I don't understand how
No.
people do that. Leave your shoes at the door or near the door.
I have a friend who got brand new floors in his beautiful house, and he lets people walk. I don't understand.
I mean, it's gross related. It's also just cleaner, right? Like you're breathing, especially if you're in somewhere like New York, you know, with 9 million people.
Well, and
You
it's
don't know
so
what you
gross
stepped
here,
on.
especially. It's so
Yeah,
gross here, especially.
I remember. But the food is good, and there's lots of different people,
Yes, the food is fabulous.
and the
Now, do you
attitude is real.
do you want to do like a collective for us, like an overall collective for the week, for the month, for this Aries moon?
Uh, I mean, I can. What would you like? If you want me to do a collective pull or a
Whatever
collective
you're feeling.
download,
What are you feeling? Are you feeling like we should do a collective poll, or what is your vibe feeling?
okay, I think to emphasize more the medium part of me, do you have anyone in spirit?
I do have people in spirit. Why is anybody coming through?
I think that I would like to just maybe do like a mini so that people could
Sure.
see that now and or
Sure.
later, and we can
Okay.
connect with one ancestor. I think
Sure.
that is more heightened. So, who would you like to speak to?
I don't know. Do you just want to see who comes in? I guess my father, because this is his month anniversary. This month is a year that he passed, and I'm a little pissed right now at some things. So I'm curious if those things would come up.
Okay, and what's your father's name?
Michael.
Okay. So first, God, Jesus, and the Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestrals, I acknowledge all of mine. I acknowledge all of yours. Thank you. Shani Makisi Banyak, Lord Skana, Chango Yamaya, Archangel Michael, for protection between here and Bali to New York and back, protecting us both from any physical or spiritual energies that not serve this channeling in this moment.
Fabulous.
Ahoy Ashe. So, Michael, we ask that you come forth to join us from where you are at this time, to join Lisa and I now. Thank you. Did he walk really heavy?
No, because he lost a leg. He might have
Okay.
before. I don't remember. I
Okay.
think
Well,
before he might have, but I'll shut up.
maybe before he did, because the first thing he showed me was like footsteps, but
Okay.
like deep footsteps. So he's present. So now that he's present, basically what I'm doing is splitting my soul. Like
Okay.
my soul meter's going down, and he's
Okay.
present. So I would just ask me the question, and I'll tell you what I see and or hear.
Oh, so he's not going to tell you things.
He will, but again, it's hard for me to ask the question and hold the space.
So,
He definitely had a big presence. I can tell you that. Like
yes.
I'm not getting speaking a lot, but I am getting that you knew when he was in the room
Yes.
because his
So,
opinion. Like, go ahead.
so I'm waiting on something. There's stuff happening, and I'm just curious if I will get more than what the paperwork said.
If you'll get what?
More than what the paperwork said.
He says you will, but not to get in your own way, because that you're like stressing a lot, and like you're just thinking about it constantly. I don't think that it's going to be like a ton more, but that you are going to receive more than what the paperwork said. Also, the paperwork, the way they worded everything, whatever this is, was very confusing. So I
Yes.
would go over it a couple of times, because I'm seeing, I don't think this is like just a few things. I'm seeing multiple pages, and it's almost like you had to reread it because the wording is just so like, what do they mean?
Okay. Yes. Does he know if there's a man for me? Like, have I met the man that I'm going to marry, or have I not met him yet? Or am I not getting married?
You haven't met him yet. The people you
Damn.
keep meeting are the wrong people. Um, Also, I don't know how old you were when he passed, but he is saying that both now and when he was in the physical, he's very protective over you. So, because he's showing me like this, like the people that you've met, he hasn't liked as of yet.
Hmm. Okay. Interesting. I guess that's it. I don't really have many questions for him. I don't know. I mean, if there's other things that you see, that's always cool. But I'll call you after we're done if you have, because yeah, don't worry about that.
Yeah.
If
Okay. So
anybody
thank you,
has
Michael,
any,
for coming forth. Thank you for going back to wrestling in
thank you.
power. I always say.
Is it say? I lost my train of thought. Thank you. That was kind
If
of
anyone
cool.
has any questions.
Yes, please put them in. Is there anything that we haven't touched on that you want to talk about with your gifts?
Well, my spell work we could talk about a little bit. I've been
Yes.
doing that more and more the past a little, maybe 13 months, a little more than a year, because as I keep expanding, right, tarot oracle is great, but like I want to keep doing channelings and house cleanings. I spent a lot of last year traveling the U.S. And other places doing tarot house parties. So I want to explain a little bit how my spell work
Okay.
works. So basically, I mostly do candle work, and let's say that instead of the crystal ball, how I receive the message, it's working the opposite. Now, when I do candle work, I'm carving names, I'm dressing the candles. Sure, we all know that, but in the candle work, I'm putting part of my essence into the candle, my
Right.
energy, and that's what allows it to work. The same thing like when I'm feeding the altar. So when I do the candle work, I'm putting my energy into it, but I'm also like putting extra ofrenda slash offerings to the altar, because I know that the candle slash the spell is working through spirit.
Okay. Eventually, this is going to stay.
You look good.
Okay. It
We
keeps
could be on a
following.
Vespa in Italy.
What?
I said we could both be on a Vespa in Italy.
We could. That would be fun.
Yeah.
What is your favorite place that you've been to in the world? I mean, obviously, I know you live in Bali, but
Three places. So there's Bali and slash Indonesia, Turkey, and then Puerto Rico. Those are my three places. Um, I just feel really, really comfortable here and in Turkey and in Puerto Rico. Just, I don't know, something about the culture, the people, the food, the warmth. It all just vibes with my like soul. I just love all those places.
what
I think
makes
the
Bali
history.
what makes Bali the ultimate place? Because this is where you're living now. So
Yeah.
what is about Bali, and what is so spiritual? What do they do? Like, what is so different than the US?
Um. Well, they're so the country is Indonesia is Muslim, but Bali itself leans Hindu, right? So I believe that I myself am more realized here because they're so spiritual to begin with, that it also means that everyone, like, they have a lot of morals, to just be frank. And the people are just really warm. And I also believe that as I continue to study Bahasa / Indonesian, that I'm working that same part in my brain that allows me to channel and tarot read and everything. You know, so I'll be speaking English, Spanish, and now Bahasa. So again, like it's just really great. I just I feel that I can let my walls down here. You know,
I love
everyone's
that.
very nice, everyone's very approachable, and you know, growing up in New York, you can't let those walls down with just
Correct.
anyone. You
Correct. I
know, that's why
agree.
you're like, I want the party invite, but I don't want to show up because who's gonna be there? You know, that's always the
Right.
question.
Well,
Whereas
I'm
here,
one
like,
of
I
those.
want to show up.
Right, and I I've become more homebody since I've, you know, getting older. And so like I'm invited to things and I just like, yeah, okay. Especially on a Friday night. Like I love having my live on a Friday night, but I don't want to go out on a Friday night.
Yeah, and I think it's, you know, not just older, but you're protecting your energy, right? You're protecting your space,
Yeah.
especially in New York. I remember going to parties like um, down in Soho or the Lower East Side and being like, why am I here?
I
Because
know.
at the time I didn't realize I'm taking everyone's energy, you know, on. So that's why. So it's not just old. It's you know, you don't want to be so taxed, and
Right.
especially if people are drinking or doing whatever. That's fine, but it's like lowering their vessel and lowering their protection. You know, so
Right.
allowing different energies to attach to them.
Right. Um how is there anything that we haven't talked? You're fine. Don't worry about the noise.
Okay.
Is there anything we haven't talked about that you want to make sure we touch on before we wrap this up?
I think no, I just the altar thing. I think so. I want to just encourage everyone, whether they get readings or not, to feed their altar. And again, why? It's we're giving them strength, especially as there's more and more people getting readings. There's more people asking for favors and
Right.
praying. So I believe it's my dharma / life purpose that each time I channel for someone, we're closing that gap between the physical and the spiritual.
Right.
So by feeding the altar, we're keeping them with that strength. So that's just what I want to emphasize always.
I love that. It's so, I mean, it's just, I love it. How do people get a hold of you?
They can DM me here on Instagram to
Okay.
start. Yeah, yeah.
No, I mean, the
Is there anything else
whole,
that you wanted to know, or like, you know, especially in New York, because there's so many people. Like, throughout your week, is there kind of like, Jonathan, I thought I walked by something, or like I saw this number. Is there anything like that that you would want to ask while
no,
we're here now?
what I'm dealing with is what, trying to get into my own intuition and wondering if what I think is real, or like, am I feeling this correctly? Like today. I was invited to do something, and I don't know if I should even say this on here, but oh well. Um, one of my managers got a little upset, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And it turned out to be totally fine. And but it was like normally that would have like set me overboard. And was listening to someone that was like, nope, you're fine. Nothing's gonna happen. Don't worry about it. And so like those things I'm learning how, for me, I need to learn my intuition more. Um, so I know I'm correct. So if you have tips and suggestions on that, that would be fabulous because I was really at first really in a heated moment and then I'm like, nope. And I had to chill. And then a voice was like, you're fine. And knowing which voice to listen to.
Yeah, so I do also teach, since we're talking about that. So I can, if you ever want to, we can go over that one on one. But I think that it's just like I would start with bubbling yourself. So I bubble myself before I leave the house.
Right. I
I
do that
pretend that
too.
it's not pretend. I believe that it's white
Yeah.
light,
I always ask for
and
white light of protection around me.
yes, and again because it wears right. You can do that multiple times throughout the day, and then as your intuition, like let's say tightens, as it tightens, you'll know. Okay, oh, that's Archangel Sandalphon, or like, oh, that's my father speaking, right? Because I remember during the pandemic one year, I believe I was sober at the time, so I'm super clear, right? And it was always like that one day that I wanted to stay home and relax. And I had this one guy, I don't know if he was a partier or whatever when he was alive, but he was always like, let's go out, let's go out. And I'm like, no. And like, I have multiple voices, basically spirits. But what my mom's best friend, my auntie, reminded me is that we're in control, right? Because we're the ones in the physical. So you could just speak to them and be like, no, like, I need to hear this person or this spirit. And I don't
I
give
don't
you
know.
permission for this.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting. It's a fascinating world. And like for me, like I don't know. I mean, I want to get stronger in my intuition. And I think that's why I enjoy these lives because they do help me too. But it's fascinating to see like how where your journey is and where you came from and how you got it and how you help people. Because it really is just, like it just is it's just a crazy world we live in. So it's nice to have that place where you can go and know that you can talk to spirit and just kind of have a calming, especially with meditation. Like if people aren't meditating today, I don't know what to tell them. Like
Yeah,
we need
I mean, even I should be meditating more. But, at the end of the day, we're all a psychic, but it's not meant for everyone
correct.
to
I
be
agree.
a medium full time because if you don't know how to name things or you don't know why you see a shadow in a mirror, it can be very overwhelming, driving someone mad. So
Yeah.
it's not for everyone. And then that's why me and the other mediums out there, the ones that you have interviewed, are here to hold that space between
Right.
both worlds for everyone.
Yeah.
To whom
No,
we
and I
can, right?
yeah. And it's funny because sometimes I do see things and I'm like, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? Get out of my apartment. Like that. Like, I don't know if you see anything in here now. Like, do you feel anything? Do you see anything or did I get them out?
Yeah, so that's a great question. And again, it's really good because another thing that I do along the psychometry is that even remotely, I can scan your house, I can scan your body head to toe, and not diagnose, but acknowledge what may need
Well, if you
attention.
can diagnose what the hell's going on in my brain with these migraines, that would be fabulous.
Uh, I can a little bit. What I'm getting is that, like, when you go to treat these migraines, it's you can't. I don't know if you're underhydrating or overhydrating, but also the combination is wrong. Whatever meds you're taking, you're either trying too many things or just not the right
Right
thing. You
now,
need to.
she just switched me to a monthly shot.
Okay.
And then I do have like the pills if I need them.
Yeah, it's like a time thing. Like you need to pace out or give it time to work. Um, you need to also massage your head more. I don't think that you do.
Not
If you
enough.
massage your
No. Yeah.
Yeah, if you massage your temples and even like your actual scalp in the shower, I think that would help you a lot as well as what they're showing me.
Okay, I'll do it tonight.
Okay,
Because I'll take
perfect.
a salt shower tonight after we're done. Because, it's energy and stuff, like, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. This was a lot of fun. See, we're already at an hour.
Oh my God, yeah, you're right. That went by fast.
I know. But I appreciate you coming on. And I'm going to
Thank
call you
you.
after this. But, I mean, you'll have to come back and we'll talk more about more things. And if
I would
you
love to,
guys,
yeah, because there's so many things to talk about. There's only so
I
much
know.
time.
I
It's like
know.
going to a museum. You can't run see the whole museum in one day.
I know, but we can come back like maybe after summer and like for the fall and see what's happening, see what's changed with me, see what's changed with you. Yeah, it'd be
Oh
a lot of
God.
fun.
Yeah, let's do that. Thank you
All
for
right.
having me on today.
Thank you. It was so much fun. Bye you guys.
All
Thank
right.
you all for watching.
Bye. Bye everyone.